What's up? I think I beat everybody. Happy Monday, guys. Happy Monday. Oh, a lot of drama over the weekend. Some good stuff, some good drama, some bad drama. Had some people saying I was, what were they saying? Let me see if I can see what they were saying. They were saying I was defaming, I was clickbaiting. Every time I cover this stuff, I'm reading the stories, guys. I'm reading as it comes out. So I don't think that is defaming. And I believe, didn't JRod admit to all of this stuff? Even look at the title here. He missed the inappropriate behavior. I mean, that's you can't start backstepping now. Backpedaling now. You already admitted to everything, right? So I had some people trolling me. I mean, that don't work on me no more. Trolls don't work on me. I go on Reddit. And it kind of reminds me of what some of the girls were saying, where like people were attacking the girls for coming out and, kind of victim shaming them for telling the truth. Where are your priorities at? If you're coming after me, I'm just sharing the story. He already admitted to, inappropriate behavior. How is that defamation? If you admitted to it, is that defamation? It's like if you admit to murder or a crime and then someone reports on that, is that defamation? I don't think so. I need my lawyer friends to check that out for me. And if they do got an issue with it, I suggest trial by combat. I'll do a trial by combat, and then we could just donate the money to a good charitable source, maybe some safe sport training. We can we'll donate some safe sport training, guys, which I think is free. But yeah, clearly some people need more training, right? So we'll read this story a little bit. I'll just kind of read the title and some comments first, and then move on. You know how we do it. So it says JRod offers clarity amidst scandal, admits to inappropriate behavior, and dispels rumors. It says it right there, admits to inappropriate behavior. We didn't say anything was illegal as of yet, which, things might change. And it's kind of funny. I'll pull this up maybe next. I use Adobe Photoshop for, just to help with the thumbnails. But even they have some guidelines on like how to use AI, what's appropriate, what's inappropriate. So I'll kind of go through their guidelines real quick too, because that's pretty. I was looking at that. I was like, oh, that seems like it fits our situation. I don't know what the song is. I'm not going to play the song. It says, JRod sets the record straight regarding his story. The song choice is diabolical. I'm not playing that song. I don't know what the song is. Can't see the comment there. It says, I don't know if I believe what's being told. It seems over the top to kick someone out for screenshots of public IG pages. I bet there's more to the story. That's not why he's getting kicked out. Can we click on that? I don't know if I believe, that's what someone said earlier. Nice try, Diddy. He didn't even apologize. He just said, yeah, I did that, now talking about Jesus Christ being his savior. Typical. Massive respect for how B-Team is handling this. I'm interested to see if B-Team sticks with their decision, or if they, we're going to let JRod, he served his week off. He can come back now. I think I'm going to look at B-Team a lot differently. Well, I'm definitely going to look at them a lot differently if they do that after making such a big ordeal. Not a big ordeal, but they didn't blow it up, but they're so famous, they're so popular that basically anything they do, big or small, is going to blow up. But if they go back on this decision, I don't know. You guys might need to think about who you're following, It says JRod got to stop using his rod. Yep. The JRod, yep. So a screenshot of an IG page is what happened. That's what the scandal was about. That has to be more to it. So a lot of people out the loop. I'm trying to inform you guys, and then I get people trolling me. They don't know the story. I'm following the story kind of more closely, And then people trolling me, like, defending JRod, even though he admits to inappropriate behavior. Where's the controversy? J already spoken and apologized and said that he will do something about his problem. I think that they should stop continuing to bring this to people because they only judge others believing themselves are perfect. And we have to keep going over this story because people are, some people slow, bro. Some people out here slow. They don't know what's going on. They like a year or two behind. They got some old thoughts about things. They, back in my day, it's those people. Some of these people slow, bro. I don't know what else to say. People who were never impacted by this want to hear an apology from him publicly. He already did that. You behind, bro. Where you been, bro? He owes nobody but the women he disrespected an apology, and that is nobody's business but his own if he does that. That's true, but when you're in the limelight, you're not a normal person anymore. It was cool when you were winning and you had all the power. How long before he pops up at Kingsway? Well, he's already had a different gym. I can't remember the name of the gym. We looked it up last video. Somewhere in Austin. I can't remember the name. Says is the National Enquirer of BJJ. BJEE is the National Enquirer of BJJ. Well, I'm gonna be honest. I get a lot of my news from BJEE, and usually it's pretty spot on, man. It's pretty spot on. I mean, who else is covering this stuff? Nobody else is covering this, so this could have easily been swept under the rug. If not for BJJEE. I'm not saying they're always 100% perfect. I'm not perfect. You guys aren't perfect. But, they're doing a job no one else is doing. It says, takes a screenshot of JRod without his permission on social media for purposes of defamation, and no one says a word. Look up what defamation is, all you moral crusaders. This post goes past inappropriate to illegal if JRod sues. Wouldn't that go into a civil case? Yeah, let's look up the definition of defamation, but I believe he already admitted to inappropriate behavior. And that's like saying that what he was doing is better than, because someone did leak his ex-girlfriend or so leaked his images, which, I mean, that might be against the law. Having those images might be against the law in a couple years, Doing that, might be illegal eventually. It could be well-orchestrated publicity. I don't think you guys crazy, bro. Could be a well-orchestrated publicity stunt to sell OnlyFans for all I know. My one sincere wish is that someday it'll be public record of everybody's, okay, can't say that. Full disclosure, I've watched every genre, okay, can't say that. See? So I can't read half this stuff. Let's look at the definition of defamation, just quickly. Ooh, by law. Are we defaming JRod? We got the AI. I don't know how close this is. It says, in law, defamation is a false statement of fact that harms someone's reputation. It's a tort, meaning a civil wrong, and including both libel, written, and slander, spoken defamation. To prove defamation, a plaintiff must demonstrate that the statement was false. We got him. Can JRod prove that the statements were false, communicate it to a third party, and cause damage to their reputation? Didn't he cause He caused damage to his own reputation, right? So the core of defamation is that the statement made about the plaintiff was untrue. What did I say that was untrue about? He was inappropriate. Yeah. Yeah. What was untrue? Didn't he admit to everything? Is it defamation if you admitted to everything? The statement must be communicated to someone other than the plaintiff, as the defamatory statement needs to be made public to cause reputational harm. The statement must cause harm to the plaintiff's reputation, such as lowering their standing in the community or deterring others from associating with them. Okay. Generally, the defendant must have acted negligently, recklessly, or intentionally in making the defamatory statement. Some statements are considered actionable, capable of being the basis of a lawsuit, regardless of whether special harm, like financial loss, is proven. Other statements may require proof of special harm. So libels, writing or print or broadcast. A defendant can argue that the statement was true even if it caused reputational harm. So I can argue that I would have to argue if I went to court that JRod did in fact have inappropriate images and, you know, created AI images. Well, that was already leaked that he did that. Certain statements are privileged, meaning they cannot be the basis of a defamation claim. Examples include statements made in court proceedings or by officials acting on their official capacity. Fair comment. I believe what I'm doing is fair comment. In some jurisdictions, statements of opinion about public figures or matters of public interest are considered fair comment and are not actionable. So because he is a public figure, we have, I think fair comment is what we're doing. I mean, I'm literally reading stories about him that, I mean, you guys could find. Did I do anything wrong? I mean, that's already in print. You guys can find it. His team, you know, made statements about this. Several ladies have made statements about this. He's made statements about this. I mean, where's the defamation at? He already admitted to the inappropriate behavior. That's all we're talking about. The inappropriate behavior that led to him getting kicked out. Okay? Don't blame me for his actions. I am not in control of JRod or any of these guys. All right, so we'll get back to the story on that. Yeah, I believe you already admitted to everything. Not very sincerely, but you can't get sincerity out of some people. But I don't know. So I thought that was interesting because on you know, Adobe, I use Photoshop. That's how I do a lot of my you know, thumbnails and stuff. So they had some rules. And I think this might be pretty, you know, you can share this with your students or your friends. It says, be respectful and safe. Do not use Adobe's generative AI features or services, including non-Adobe models, in a way that violates applicable laws or harms others. For example, do not create explicit material or explicit nudity. Do not create harmful or highly offensive content that attacks or dehumanizes a group based on race, ethnicity, national origin, religion, serious disease or disability, gender, age, or sexual orientation. Do not create glorifying graphic violence or gore. Do not promote self-harm. Do not depict minors. Of course, don't do that. Thank God, JRod. Hopefully, JRod didn't do none of that. JRod. Now, that would be defamation if I said he did something he didn't do. You know? Which I'm not doing. I'm not saying that. I'm reading these guidelines. Before you guys hit me and you start trolling me in the comments. Do not promote terrorism or violent extremism. Do not disseminate misleading, fraudulent, or deceptive content that could lead to a real-world harm. Do not violate others' privacy rights. Do not engage in regulated activities without complying with applicable requirements. So yeah, that seems pretty that seems pretty good. They had some other good stuff. Shout out to Adobe. You know, they get a lot of money out of me. So you know, your boy was competing last weekend. I can't play the music, but your boy was competing last weekend, guys. Trying to do some work. So that's me out there. ADCC Atlanta. Managed to get a submission out there, you know. Had some tough fights, some hard fights. So I got to go back to the drawing board, you know. Work on my wrestling, work on my pass. I got to work on everything, bro. You know, get back to the competing. There's Tony out there. Thanks to Tony. Shout out to Tony and Tiana, Hajin and Ursher and everybody, Chris, everybody that came out. Shout out to Jeff too. I'll try a little bit of tripod passing there, guys. I ain't going to bore you guys too long, but you guys can check out this video on Iron Horse, BJJ. So that's my gym here in Georgia. We did okay, man. We did okay. We that's us right there. We a home gym, bro. We got some good people, man. We ain't got no crazy dudes. We do got a couple crazy people, but we just hard training. I got the uncouth rash guard on. Shout out to Inverted Gear. So you guys will see me competing some more. I'll definitely be out there. So we'll get back. I'm a black belt, bro. I think I'm past 10 years. Yeah. 3 stripes or something. I don't know. So I'll get back to the story, guys. I know some of you guys just jump in and out, so we got to cover some other news. We can't just talk about JRod because I can't talk about B Team and JRod that much. That's too much. So there was a tournament, the Pan Championships, which it's kind of a big one. It's probably outside the U.S. This is like the biggest one in the the Americas, basically. So we had a good team. You had the men's, you had the women's, and then freestyle, men and women's freestyle, and then you had the Greco, which is only for men. It's not my fault. I didn't make it that way. If you guys waiting for the JRod stuff, we'll get back into JRod. Okay, we just covered a little bit. You guys gotta give me a little break to cover some other stuff. So men's freestyle, you had Liam Cronin for bronze, 57. Jax Forrest, that's a really good kid. We've been talking about NIL. He's gonna be getting like probably $1 million when he goes to college. 61, 65. He had Joey McKenna, silver. Ian Parker, silver. 70. Ladrian Lockett, gold. 74, 79. He had Evan Wick. 86. He had Valencia, man. Valencia looked good, man. He was doing good. He beat my man Kyle Dake at the U.S. Open. Kyle Dake was going up a weight. You got Trent hit Hidley, 92, gold. Justin Rademacher, gold. 125. Wyatt Hendrickson. Shout out to those guys. I'd be celebrating the wrestlers in the judoka too. 50 kilograms. Yeah, Audrey Jimenez, gold. 53, Yaslin Gallegos, bronze. Louisa Schwab, silver. Amanda Martinez, bronze. 59 had Abby Nettie, silver. Savannah Cosme, fourth. 62, 65. Macy Kilty, gold. 68, Kennedy. You guys know I like Kennedy Blades. Silver medalist at the Olympics. She should have won that Olympics, guys. I don't know if you follow wrestling, but she should have won. Tiffany, gold. 72, 76. Yeah, Kylie Welker. So if you guys follow jiu-jitsu, you guys know Mika Galval's girlfriend is like one of the best wrestlers too. So we should be seeing her at Final X. She for wrestling, she's better than Mika. She's better at wrestling than Mika is at jiu-jitsu. Just because she got a gold medal, Mika will never get that wrestling Olympic gold, unfortunately. And Greco, we had 55. You had Jaden Rainey, gold. 60, Max Black, gold. 63, Ellis Coleman, shout out to him. 67, you had Alston Nutter, 9th. 72, you had Alejandro Sancho, gold. 77, Kamal Bay. I like Kamal Bay, man. He's exciting. If you want to see some good Greco from America, it's Kamal Bay. 82, Becca, gold. 87, Peyton Jacobson, gold. 97, Mikael Foy, bronze. 130, Colton Schultz. All right, so people ask me why I cover wrestling. It's because they're going through the similar kind of things we're doing. Trying to become more professional. They have more leagues coming up. There's more money being injected into their sport, and they're kind of figuring out like how to balance all that stuff. And they're getting a lot of money in the NIL, bro. Next up, we got Giani. He has a little post. It says, someone asked him, what do winners have that sets them apart from every other competitor? So Giani kind of types back. He says, real winners never shy away or make excuses when things get tough. Everyone experiences highs and lows throughout their careers, but the winners separate themselves by being able to accept their losses, grow from them, and come back stronger because of them. Many do not own their setbacks. They create excuses so they don't have to shoulder the blame. But because of that, they don't get better. And from there, a constant cycle of the same results because of a refusal to change. Winners take the blame even in times when they don't have to, owning your failures, forces you to take a look at yourself and see how you can be better. So I consider that a growth mindset. So if you guys follow Joseph Chin and some of the books he reads, that growth mindset is really important because everybody's gonna win. Hopefully you get some wins, but for sure everybody's gonna take some losses. So yeah, just if you can bounce back, isn't that what Rocky said? It's about the shots you can bounce back, you can get back up from. It's not the ones you give, but the ones you can bounce back from. It's very important as an athlete. You gotta love this stuff, man. That's what I thought at ADCC. I was like, man, these guys crazy, and I'm crazy too to be out here. But I just try to be safe, and I'm conscious of my limits. I might get caught. I better get ready to tap out, or if I put something on, I make sure it's like the person got time to tap out, and their body's not destroyed. So shout out to Giani. Oh, we got some more stuff from Giani. If you guys don't know Giani, he's like one of the most accomplished American grapplers. I think, of course, you got guys like Lovato, JT Torres, but I think Gianni's like right behind those guys as far as American grapplers. I mean, you got Gordon too. But he's probably like number 4 as top American grapplers. Can you guys name some better American grapplers with more accolades? My voice is gone, guys. He's won Pans, Nogi Worlds, Nogi Pans, World Pro, some other stuff too. Kansai. He's done ADCC. He didn't win Worlds, but when he was competing at Worlds, it was like, Rafa Mendez, Cobrinha. I mean, nobody was winning Worlds back then. So for like 10 years, it was just like nobody else could win. You had Cobrinha. Cobrinha won it like 4 years straight. And then Rafa comes, he wins it like 8 years straight or something. You like, bro, come on. Like nobody could win featherweight until those guys either retired or, basically they had to retire for people to win. And now somebody wins featherweight. Every year it's a new person that wins featherweight. Like nobody's been able to win it twice. So you might be opening up a new academy. Let's see. I don't know. Someone asked, when are you opening up an academy? I don't know. Not too long ago, it was my only goal. And at one point I had a lease in hand for a location, but the terms weren't set to how we had previously discussed, and I ended up walking away from it entirely. Sorry, guys. Since then, I focused more on competing, and some good results got me even more hyper-focused on competing, that it put the academy goal on the back burner for now. Once I fully cure this competition itch, he'd been competing for 20 years, it will become my primary goal, either with a partner or on my own. But for now, there's still gas left in the tank to burn. So I believe I don't know if he's 30 yet. So he got a lot more years. I mean, Gianni's, I would love to see him have his own school. I wonder where would you do it, Gianni? I mean, Jersey City kind of packed, and of course Hoboken. I'm hoping you don't choose Hoboken. I mean, they got a ton of schools. Jersey packed, bro. Jersey packed already. Maybe you might have to go to PA, bro. You want to go to PA? Or you might have to go to Delaware or somewhere. I don't know. He says, what's the best advice you'd give someone starting BJJ? Johnny says, be consistent and be present. There's no right or wrong way to train. Oh, you heard that, ecological guys? There's no one right or wrong way to train. You can choose your own style, and whether you like gi or no gi more, that doesn't matter. But however you decide to train, be present in your sessions and do it as consistently as you can. Show up, ask questions, come in with intentions for your practice. Do all the rounds, be open to trying new things, leave off the mat stuff off the mat. Yeah. Oh, actually, we saw him at the tournament. That's kind of cool. I mean, I didn't say anything. I was focused, but we saw him. We saw the brothers. They weren't competing. I don't know why. Uh, I feel like a lot of guys were kind of dipping. I used to do that too when I was like, I thought my stock was really high, and you're like, I'll just wait for the big tournaments. But I think I'll be honest, man. Even if you're a competitor, you're really great. I think you need to still step into those smaller tournaments. Well, like ADCC Open is a small tournament, but I think everybody's got to build their base up. Actually, I bet they already got the invite to CJI. But you just want to increase, not only keep practicing, be consistently competing, which is a skill itself. Oh man, my thumbnails. Thumbnails. Think about thumbnails, guys. I'll get back to Giani, but thumbnails. Most jiu-jitsu people, they put no time in their thumbnails. I used to do that too. Just put the screenshot of the video, or be like my face on there. But you can accomplish so much with a thumbnail. The thumbnail is like the packaging. If the thumbnail sucks, you guys won't click on the video. But if the thumbnail's good, you're like, oh, I can't wait. What is he saying? The video might be crap. I can't say the video's good or not, but if that thumbnail's like stands out, you're like, oh, that looks different. You're gonna click on that video. I forgot what I was saying, but I was saying I kind of wanted to see the Corby brothers competing at ADCC Open. I already know they got the CJI. Oh, they got the invite to CJI. But that can come and go. Say God forbid, say the ecological bros, say they just get. Yeah, I got you. See, it's like, imagine the ecological bros, they do terribly at CJI, they don't get invited again, then they got to start all over. So I think they should be competing as much as they can right now. Staying sharp. Because there's a lot of people. I was watching some of the kids at ADCC Open, bro. Those kids out there competing, bro. They're good, and they're gonna be sharp when trials comes around or another event comes around. So you just gotta keep immersing yourself in the competition scene. Someone asked Giani, why did you leave Marcelo's? If you guys are jumping in the video, we cover a little bit of the JRod stuff, but we'll get back to it. We just cover a lot of stories because this ain't just about B Team. My channel's not called B Team. B Team drama. That ain't my website. That ain't my. Maybe you guys can start that. But we cover like a lot of stories in jiu-jitsu. Right now, we're talking about why did Giani leave Marcelo's. And someone asked if he's done competing in the gi. Giani says, I really left because of circumstances. When COVID was at its peak, it really caused a lot of chaos in New York. And so many businesses, including MGA, Marcelo Garcia Association, were closed down for a long time. In that time, I formed my own team in New Jersey. I think it was called the Quarantine Crew or something. Quarantine Squad. He formed his own team in New Jersey and really enjoyed what we had. So when MGA opened up almost a year later, it was hard for me to go back. My biggest regret was that I didn't speak to Marcelo about the situation sooner, as I feel like that put a strain on our relationship, as well as some of my friends from the gym. And yes, I do not see myself competing seriously in the gi again. I would like to see Giani back in the gi. I say you guys do both. Giani, I think his biggest tournament wins are from the gi, really. Maybe not monetarily, but as far as like winning pans, placing at Worlds, I put those kind of higher up than a lot of the other tournaments. So we had Kit Dale the other day. Can we get the audio? Sometimes audio doesn't play. I don't know why. Anyway, he looked really good at the Giles trials, man. Shout out to Kit Dale. I thought he was taller. Is he short, guys? Is he a short king? Yeah, my audio is not working. But shout out to him. He's Jiu-Jitsu's first influencer. Is that true? Nah, that can't be true. Wasn't Dylan Dennis the first influencer? Anyway, shout out to him. Let's get back to JRod because that's all you guys really care about. You guys don't care about nothing else. So we read this a little bit earlier. It says JRod offers clarity amidst the scandal, admits to inappropriate behavior, and dispels rumors. So yeah. So we're just gonna read it. Not trying to defame him or anything. We'll listen to what else he's got to say. Again, we're not victim shaming. We're not victim blaming. We're not defaming. We're just trying to explain. We're explaining, okay? All right, guys, understand? I was trying to rhyme a little bit. It says Jay Rodriguez has released a new statement addressing the misconduct. So this is the third statement I know of. He did a video. 2, he did like a post. And now 3, he's doing another video. So he probably should have left it alone the first time. But we're back here again. You guys clicking on this video? No, Jesus Christ. We got some spam over there. Thanks, Twitch. So new statement addressing the misconduct scandal that led to his expulsion from B Team. We can change this article. There we go. There you go, guys. So you actually can read along with me. That led to his expulsion from B Team. While this is not his first time commenting on the controversy, JRod now offers more detailed insight into what he did and explicitly admits to saving. Well, that's it, guys. Where's the defamation at? He just admitted to everything. Case closed. You guys can jump off now. So he admits, he offers more detailed insight into what he did. Man, I don't know. I guess it's not going to court because he already put in everything out there. And what he did, and explicitly admits to saving explicit content and screenshot from a woman's public Instagram page. However, thank you. Yeah, the short guy Spider. I still play a little bit of Spider, but the passing technology is so hard, bro. These guys are so good at passing. You can't even play Spider Guard. You're like, they're just throwing your legs left and right. But yeah, shout out to Keenan and Legion crew. So he admits to explicitly saving content. He saved explicit content and screenshot from women's public Instagram pages. However, despite this increased transparency, many in the grappling community have pointed out a glaring omission. He still does not offer a direct apology to the women impacted by his actions. So it can't be defamation, guys. If he's already apologizing and admitting to doing what he did, that's all I've commentated on. So I don't think I can be hit with defamation. In the statement posted to his social media, Rodriguez writes, "What's up, guys? I just wanted to come on here and offer some clarity and just be transparent with everything that has been going on. So in regards to what was on my phone, there were screenshots of a woman's public Instagram page as well as explicit material. I'm aware that this is invasive, inappropriate, and just unhealthy behavior. And I am and I'm also aware that just because these posts were public, it does not make my actions okay, and I take full accountability for everything that I've done. Now, in regards to the rumors that I'm hearing, using AI to generate explicit material, secretly taking photos or videos of people, more people being involved than there actually is, these rumors are false. It only drives more people into something that they are not a part of. I'm not saying this to defend myself, but I'm saying this to stop the spread of unnecessary harm." So I guess he's saying he didn't generate AI images. So, we're getting two stories. We're getting people saying that he did create AI images and people saying that he didn't create AI images. So I don't know the facts on that. Again, I'm commentating. I'm not defaming him. I'm reading the story from the statement that he made publicly. So he's saying that he did not, in fact, do that. But he said that he did have the explicit material on his phone. Lastly, I just want to once again reiterate, stop reaching out to people looking for answers in regards to who it was, etc. A woman in the community, please give the people affected by my actions the privacy and space they deserve. So I feel like he's trying to, he's saying that he just had explicit images. He didn't do the AI generated explicit material. So I believe he's trying to get back at B Team, and he's just waiting for this to kind of blow over. But, you got people like me that are talking about this. You got BJJ EE. So this is kind of the price of fame, because he's so famous, he's so popular. You guys love him. You guys love Craig Jones. Every little thing they do, they're basically celebrities. So every little thing they do is gonna be, it's gonna have that magnifying glass on them. So, right now, I'm not sure what's gonna happen. I think their strategy is let this blow over, and then maybe he's wants to get back to B team. I want to see how they're going to handle it. I want to see how Craig Jones and company handle this. Are they going to just bring him back? Are the girls going to leave all the girls going to leave the team, or is there going to be more drama? I'm wondering what's going to happen. I've seen well, I'm kind of old, so we didn't have AI. We didn't have AI technology back then, but I've seen, issues similar to this come up to where, it can break a school apart, or it changes the dynamic of the gym. It changes the vibe. So it's just not good for business. It's not good for training. JRod, he can't prepare. He can't train like he wants to. People might boycott him doing certain events now. And, say like who's number one, or Flow Grappling, they might have to like distance themselves from him, or, maybe not give him as much limelight as before. So there's a lot of repercussions for this. The Grappling Star's admission confirms what we had expected, that the misconduct involved the saving and storing of sexual content related to a woman in the community. He acknowledges the behavior was wrong, calling it invasive and unhealthy, and stresses that public content does not justify what he did. Would you guys want someone, obviously, hopefully there's nobody at your gym doing this, but would you want someone at your gym doing this stuff? I can tell you that doesn't create a good vibe, bro. Having someone doing this stuff. I'm not saying JRod did it. I'm just saying having someone at your gym doing stuff like this is just, doesn't, I don't think it's good, man. We'll get back to him. We'll click on that in a little bit. Maybe I'll read some more stories and I'll come back, click on that. Let's see. But what's missing from the statement is just as notable as what's included. There is no apology directed at the women affected, no mention of regret for how his actions may have made someone feel unsafe or violated, and no commitment to make things right, whether personally or publicly. If you're expecting this dude to be like have empathy and understanding, I don't think you're gonna get that from B team. And there was another post, we read it yesterday, I believe, from one of the ladies from B team. It says, "I've done nothing wrong," and she spoke out about JRod AI scandal. So a lot of you guys were attacking her, attacking the ladies. Instead of like holding JRod accountable, you guys over here attacking the ladies, which is terrible, guys. Why are you guys doing that? Instead, Rodriguez focused heavily on denying other rumors, which is basically what he's doing, specifically those about AI-generated content or secret recordings, calling them false and harmful. He also urges the public to stop digging for the women's identity, asking that her privacy be respected. Bro, you should have respected her privacy. You should have respected her privacy the whole time. But I understand, critics say that while the clarification is a step forward, the statement feels like damage control rather than genuine accountability. Female grapplers, including former teammates, have called for deeper conversations about safety, respect, and how the community should respond to harmful behavior. This latest update does little to ease concerns from those who believe there's still a culture of silence and deflection. We see that now. Me reading about this stuff, people are coming at me saying that I'm defaming JRod. I'm reading, he's already confirmed. He's already admitted to having, inappropriate behavior. What have I done wrong? I gotta defend myself. I'm over here defending myself. JRod defending himself. I gotta defend myself too. The latest update does little to ease concerns from those who believe there's still a culture of silence and deflection when it comes to protecting women in this sport. So yeah, the sport is growing, guys. So we're gonna have more ladies, training, and this behavior might have been okay 10, 15, 20 years ago. The boys club back in the day. But now you guys gonna have more ladies, more kids in training with you. So your behavior, you got to adapt. You can't do the same creepy stuff you used to do, guys. Or the coaches. The coaches used to do a lot of creepy stuff, dating students and other stuff. They can't do that no more. You guys are, the internet is holding you guys accountable. You just can't mess up no more, man. Look at JRod. Look at what he's going through. So we'll get back to this video, guys. I know you guys want to hear the story. That's all you guys care about. You guys don't care about nothing else. We got some more news, but I'll go back to that. I'll move it up a little bit too. So you guys know we got RAF, which is the Real American Freestyle, which is Hulk Hogan. That's his event. They're trying to bring freestyle wrestling to the big stage. Real American Freestyle is the first professional, is not the first professional, unscripted league built for the world's top athletes to compete, earn, and dominate on a global stage. So, we need that for jiu-jitsu. We over here, we need Hulk Hogan for us. So they got some events. It says August 30th in Cleveland, Ohio. They got Michigan and New Jersey, October. All right, I'll check out that Jersey. Their story, they say wrestling has always been about grit, sacrifice, and raw determination, but for too long, athletes who give everything to the sport have not had an opportunity to pursue professional careers. Real American Freestyle was built to change that, to provide a platform for the best wrestlers in the world. So they got David Carr. He's really good. Obviously he's super good. I believe his father, Nate Carr, is that his dad? He won the Olympics, I believe. Kennedy Blades, we talked about her. She won Pans. She won the world. She won U.S. Open. Silver medalist at the Olympics. Zahid, he won U.S. Open and Pans. Ben Askren, I don't know why he's on there. Ben Askren, who you gonna fight over there, bro? He about like me out there. You got Kyle Snyder looking jacked. You got Aaron Brooks. You got Kyle Dake. You got Trent Hidley. I always mess his name up. So that might be something to look into, guys. Again, this is Hulk Hogan's. Spearheaded by wrestling legends Hulk Hogan, Eric Bischoff, and Izzy Martinez. He's one of the freestyle coaches, right? Or is he actually might be a collegiate coach. And powered by a dynamic roster of elite wrestlers ready to shake up the sport. So, I feel like everybody's kind of doing their own thing. We got wrestling, they got their own stuff going on. They got a few different organizations. Jiu-jitsu, we got PGF, AIGA, Zapatero, Who's Number One, BJJ Stars. We don't know what we were doing either. CJI, ADCC. I don't like this partnership though. Real American Freestyle is proudly partnered. They might have one, but they can't keep. You have to have, every class should be mixed. Yeah, well, you're on it. You're following this drama queen. Look, is this drama? Well, I didn't create that drama. I'm trying to cover some news right now. So yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of this Real American beer. So that's the exclusive sponsor of the Real American Wrestling. So I'm not sure how I feel about this beer company. Is that a company? Oh, so that's the sponsor. Is that Hulk Hogan? Is this any good, guys? I got people over here saying I'm a drama queen. News channel. This started off as a jiu-jitsu breakdown channel, which we're going to watch some jiu-jitsu in a little bit. Well, that's what you guys respond to. You guys only respond to drama. You don't respond to good technique or philosophy or anything. You guys only want drama. That's a reflection of you guys. So we got this Hulk Hogan beer. I guess he's the sponsor of that's the sponsor for the Real American Wrestling. So I never tried this. Is this any good, guys? Do I have to drink beer to support the wrestling? Official beer and RAF wrestling sponsor. Made for the mat. Real American Beer is the official beer and title sponsor of Real American Freestyle, the new unscripted pro wrestling league bringing all American energy to the mat. Thank you, bro. I got people saying I'm the drama queen. I mean, that gets views. Drama gets views. Bro, I can make 1 million technique videos and get 5 views. Or I put JRod or Craig Jones on the thumbnail, or Gordon Ryan. You guys like can't wait to click on that. I post some De La Hiva, some collar sleeve instructional. You guys like, I hate that stuff. I post how to pass the guard. I post all this stuff. You guys like, that's boring. Post a little bit of drama. You guys like can't wait to watch and can't wait to click on. So that's more a reflection of you. If anything, I've adapted to you guys. I'm okay doing boring jiu-jitsu, but you guys like the drama. You guys wouldn't have clicked on this video if not for the thumbnail, if not for the drama. You guys want to know what's going on with the situation. I tell you what's going on with the situation, and then you guys call me drama. Drama king. I mean, I ain't upset. I'll take the views. But you know what? I'll get... That's okay. I'll explain myself. And that's it. Listen, guys. Oh, awesome. So yeah, this is my strategy, guys. I use the drama, get you guys in. Okay, hey Quan. So I use the drama to attract you like the flower, and then I trick you into watching jiu-jitsu and into learning about wrestling, into learning about judo. I'm hoping it does well. You know, I love the wrestlers, man. I like the wrestling crew. They're some humble people, and they're hardworking people. You know, they kind of, Jordan Burroughs put it really well. He said wrestlers are outcasts, you know, especially in high school. You know, they're cutting weight. They're not as popular as the football players or the basketball players, but they're out there working harder. You know, they got to beat their body up during the season. And then, you know, hopefully they qualify for the, you know, the states. And then, you know, it's a grind, but, you know, the wrestlers are like our more athletic cousins, you know, our more athletic cousins. So I try to promote them. Judo, they're like our weird cousins in the back over there. You know, we still love them. They do their own thing. They kind of hate us a little bit, but we still love them. And we got no drama with judo. So I'm trying to uplift everybody. I'm gonna use the drama. I'm gonna use all that pro wrestling talk, all the jiu-jitsu talk, all the Conor McGregor, whatever I got to do to bring more eyeballs onto the sport. I mean, people respond to drama. What else can I say? You guys love drama. I don't mind defending myself. You know, it's okay. It makes me sharper defending myself. I'm practicing my verbal jiu-jitsu over here. So yeah, we've been talking about JRod. I mean, bro, listen. I wake up. I don't plan none of this stuff. I wake up. I'm like, oh, what happened today? I go on my phone. Oh, JRod did that. Someone said this about Craig Jones. Gordon Ryan did that. Okay, video's made. The video's already done. I don't have to do anything. The drama, bro. People in jiu-jitsu create all this drama. I don't have to do any work. The work is already done for me. So yeah, has anybody tried this Real American Beer? And do I have to start drinking beer to support the wrestlers? We can't get nothing healthy though. Yeah, Jason said, you know, we'll see. I'm rooting for everybody to succeed. You know, I'm rooting for all the jiu-jitsu organizations to succeed. I'm rooting for the wrestling organizations to succeed. I'm rooting for judo to have something. I don't know what judo. Yo, judo, what you guys got going on? You guys got any money going to your sport? They might cut judo in America, bro. What can we do for judo, guys? What we got beer for wrestling. We got acai for jiu-jitsu. What can we do for judo? Some sushi or something? What can we what can we do for judo, guys? Bro, you don't want to drink Hulk Hogan? Hulk Hogan holding the American flag. Yeah, brother. Grab a beer, brother. Oh, they're official partner of WWE? Oh, I didn't know that. All right, bro. Quan, you might need to start drinking some beer, bro. I'll drink it for America, bro. Actually, that looks kind of cool. Sake. Oh, sake. Yeah, we need American sake. It won't be any good. That looks kind of fire though. Actually, if you guys buy that for me, I'll wear it. Can you imagine me wearing that to the tournament? I was like, why is that guy wearing a beer jacket to the ADCC? Why? I'm a real American. Oh, I hope I don't. Did I get copyrighted for singing songs on here? So we were talking about real American freestyle. There's another one. It's called Claw. I mean, I don't know what that acronym stands for. Yeah, I'll bring you on there, Quan. You're gonna be on the stream, bro. I'm hoping, as this channel grows, I could do 10-hour stream, 12-hour stream. Eventually one day, maybe do some interviews. We're gonna do some cool stuff on here, guys. So we got it's another organization. So this is like more of the. Yo, you guys know Rich Homie Quan, he liked the low carb, 90 calories or something like that. So this is another wrestling organization. I think they're a little bit more organized than the RAF. They don't have as many, they don't have all the all-stars like RAF does. Yeah, bro. You already signed up. You ain't got no choice, Quan. I'm going to pop up in Vegas, bro. So it says the Champion League of American Wrestling. Okay, that's what it stands for. It launches in 2025. The sport of wrestling is finally receiving what fans and athletes will love: an exciting pro league featuring top wrestlers and exciting action. We are proud to partner with USA Wrestling as the title sponsor of the 2025 Claw USA Open. So I don't believe RAF. Yeah, I don't believe RAF is with the USA Wrestling. They're not partnered with USA Wrestling, so that might be. I don't know if they're going to partner with them because that's, USA Wrestling is an amateur wrestling organization, so that maybe they won't do that partnership. It says our inaugural draft is July 21st at Atlantic City. So I don't know if I can make that, but maybe if I can make it, I would like to maybe cover that. Do some real news reporting for you guys that want to see the drama. It says 6 general managers will select high-level wrestlers to fill their rosters. So similar to PGF, right? The first season begins in October and culminates with Super Duel 1 in Pittsburgh. Modified rules increase action, scoring, and fan engagement. Over the past 2 years, Claw held events to allow athletes and fans to become familiar with Claw-style rules. This included the 2024 Claw Invitational and I don't know about that name, though, the Champions League. Why don't they just say Champions League? Take out American Wrestling. Yeah, just call it Champions League. That sounds more professional to me, guys. Because I don't like the Claw. It sounds like, wasn't that the organization from Inspector Gadget or something? Can somebody look that up for me? I feel like Claw was the bad guys in Inspector Gadget. So this included the 2024 Claw Invitational and a match on UFC Fight Pass featuring 2 NCAA champions, Jordan Oliver and 3-time All-American Bryce Andonian. Claw is real wrestling, but with more action and excitement. Throw in a carefully crafted schedule and innovative ways to improve the fan experience. The great sport of wrestling will never be the same. So I know with these guys, they actually include some Greco. So if you guys don't know, Greco's you know how judo's treated in America? It's like the redheaded stepchild. And judo is our redheaded stepchild, basically, cousin or whatever you want to call it. That's kind of how Greco's treated. They're not treated that well in wrestling. Some more drama. You guys love drama. We got Gable Steveson. He's going to talk about his match at CJI versus Craig Jones. He says, I know what he's going to be looking for. He's going to be looking for your legs, bro. Gable Steveson has dominated the wrestling world, but as he prepares for his submission grappling debut against Craig Jones, oh, bro, I gotta change that audio, bro. Can I change that real fast? Wait a second, guys. I got a bot. Oh, that's not it. Shoot. I'll get to it later. I am ready. Oh, he's not ready. I mean, I don't know. He's a big dude. I mean, Craig likes the bigger people. He like Gabby. He likes this guy. Says Steveson, he has dominated the wrestling world, but as he prepares for his grappling debut against Craig Jones at CJI2, he's being forced to rethink his entire approach. Steveson will at least bring a significant size advantage into the match, and with Craig Jones' invitational rule set favoring aggression and initiation in judges' decisions, his wrestling background could play well into the scoring criteria. During a recent appearance on the Overdogs podcast with Mike Perry, Steveson broke down how he's adjusting his style to deal with submission specialists like Jones. He ain't ready. Of course he ain't ready. But he might do okay. Maybe they should just put him on one of the teams. I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. It says you keep the pressure on, but you keep it on to a certain extent, you know. Craig is seasoned in sitting on his back, and Craig is good on top too, and being reliable in that position. And so we're used to, as wrestlers, especially me, it's just pressure. But I know that's what he's going to be looking for, just avoiding that. Hitting the right turns, hitting the right angles, and letting that body weight really get on him. He ain't ready, guys. And have the repeated success that I can do to him. Perry also asked Steveson about his long-term interest in MMA, and while his upcoming clash with Jones is strictly grappling, it's clear his preparation is laying the foundation for an eventual transition to the octagon. I mean, bro, what is Gable doing? He's been wrestling. He did the NCAAs. He tried WWE. He tried out for the NFL. So I don't know what's gonna work for him. It says everything from top to bottom, you know. I'm taking it one step at a time and taking it very slow and really putting myself in the shoes of every single category I can. Just being polished and being really sound and technically sound in every spot too. So he's kind of just trying different stuff. He's doing everything but wrestling internationally. Like, what's going on? Why can't Gable Steveson wrestle internationally? Why can't he go win another Olympics for us? I mean, he probably could win with no training. That's how good he is, guys. He could literally not train, go win the Olympics, and he's good. So maybe he'll come back to the Olympics internationally. Got feedback on there. So yeah, we'll see. Nightmare World said, I have a question. I come from a judo background, and when I started BJJ about 8 years ago, the instructor gave me my blue belt only after a month of training. That can happen, you know. That can happen. You know, sometimes if you're super skilled, he's probably thinking about his other students. He's like, man, this guy wearing a white belt is demoralizing everybody. Let's give this guy a blue belt, and so he don't crush everybody's spirit. More drama? Nah, just more news. Says Tom Hardy on why he competes in jiu-jitsu. Being brave enough to try something new. So we're going to read about Tom Hardy. You guys know he's super famous American. Actually, maybe he's British. Is he British? I can't tell. You know, those British people will be doing good American accents. It says, while most people know Tom Hardy for his gritty on-screen roles, the Hollywood star has been quietly building a reputation in an entirely different arena, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. In 2022, Hardy surprised fans and fellow martial artists alike by stepping onto the competition mats and walking away with gold medals at both events. For Hardy, Jiu-Jitsu represents a raw, humbling kind of challenge, one that feels far from daunting than even the most biggest film sets. Whoa, it's real. It says going down to the local sports center to fight some bloke from Southampton. You never know. Yeah, I guess Southampton and Milton Keynes. I can't say that. Yeah, he's definitely from the UK. You never know. You've never met before is terrifying, and people are watching, and they got their phones out, and it's could be embarrassing. It could even end really badly. Now at Purple Belt, Hardy has fully committed to the lifestyle. When his filming schedule is light, he trains up to 5 times a week. Yo, Quan, he out training you, Quan. Quan, how you letting Tom Hardy out train you, Quan? When his schedule clears for the next 6 months, actually, let's see. So he's got his purple belt. He trains 5 to 6 times, up to 5 times a week. Even when things pick up, he still carves out time on Sundays to stay connected to the sport. With his schedule clear for the next 6 months, Hardy plans to focus entirely on jiu-jitsu before returning to filming in October for the 2nd season of Mobland. Other projects, including possible sequels to Mad Max and Taboo, are on hold as he prioritizes his training. Look at that, man. He's over here like, I'll do the movie later. I gotta train. So what keeps Hardy coming back? For Hardy, it's about more than just a physical battle. It's a lesson in humility, control, and self-discovery. It's a submission sport. It's about stopping your opponent, then submit to defeat, or you choke them, shutting off the carotid artery so the blood doesn't go to the brain. But once you isolate a limb or an arm or a leg and put pressure through the joint and it's correctly applied, you needn't go any further. It's done. You are done. Only your ego will take you any further. The constraints, the constant struggle against ego has become a personal philosophy for Hardy, both on and off the mats. I genuinely am keen to take on the painful journey of being brave enough to try something new, because I like to not look back and say I regret not making the effort to do something that was scary. So yeah, man, he's over there training, guys. If Tom Hardy's training, you got Joey Diaz training, you got Haktua girl. She was training. She didn't train, but she tried to do a rear naked choke that one time. You got Sydney Sweeney training. If all these rich and famous people can train, you guys can train too. I mean, obviously being rich and famous, they got more time. They don't gotta cook. They ain't gotta clean. They ain't got to dry themselves. Actually, never mind. You guys gotta work. We gotta work. They got a maid, man. Yo, I like John Jack. I think Carlos Machado's okay. What's the one I'm not the biggest fan of? What's that guy's name? Hogan. I'm not the biggest fan of Hogan. I'm sorry. I am not the biggest fan of Hogan. He was saying some crazy stuff, man. He was saying, all right, Quan, it doesn't matter what Quan said. He could be working 100 hours a day. I'm like, Quan, you got to train, bro. You know that, Quan. Whatever you say. Even Papa June be training, bro. Papa June, 3 kids in hand. That's Hogan. That's the one we don't like. Is that defamation? I can say that's my opinion. I can say that, right? I don't like him because of what he said. He said some crazy stuff about his record, 365 and 0. We got Craig Jones, because you guys can't live without hearing about Craig Jones. He warns grapplers about signing contracts that have a show and win bonus. You are getting bent over. And he says that as he's wearing the OnlyFans. I actually do like Craig Jones, especially now with the whole situations going on. I think he's handling that fairly maturely, fairly maturely. You got 3 kids? Nah, bro, not fur kids. I'm saying three running around, crying, screaming kids. Oh, okay. Dang, Quan, you grew up quick, bro. Quan went from one dog to a dog, another dog, and a human. Shout out to you, bro. Let's see. Craig Jones has never been shy about calling out issues in the grappling world. So, that's true. If you call things out in the grappling world, you also have to, which he did. He's kind of cleaning house at his gym too. I'm interested to see if he sticks to it though. He might change it up next week. JRod's back at B team. Everything's good now. So we'll see what happens. So he's calling out issues in the grappling world, and his latest warning targets a critical topic for athletes: the fine print in their contracts. So the fact that he's assuming that the athletes can read their contracts and that they do read their contracts, I'm Craig, do you think people are reading these contracts? These people, they just grab the pen and start signing. Where's my pen at? They just, here you go. They didn't read nothing. They just sign. So Jones takes aim at the show and win bonus. So that's how the UFC is run. That's how the UFC is ran. Yeah. I ain't following nothing the UFC does. At the show, so he takes aim at the show and win bonus payment structure, often used by organizations like the UFC and increasingly seen in grappling promotions. So don't do what the UFC does, guys. Guys, if you sign a contract with a 50% show and 50% submission bonus, you're being bent over and you deserve to be. He didn't stop there, mocking promoters who try to sell athletes on exposure instead of proper pay. Yeah, that's how some of these promoters are like, yeah, we're gonna put you on our social media, blah blah blah. No, bro, pay those athletes. It says, hey, I know the money isn't good, but we're going to pay you in exposure. Nah, I need some sound effects. I need the running sound effect. This isn't the first time Jones had sounded the alarm on the business side of combat sports. Well, that's how some people roll. Shout out to Osaka, Japan, man. Yeah, well, some schools like the attendance policy. That's how they promote. I don't know. I don't promote nobody, so. So he's what were we saying? He says, please, for the love of God, read your contracts. Jiu-jitsu people can't read, bro. I cannot emphasize this enough. In other combat sports, they have the luxury of managers. Those managers will read the contracts, hopefully, and make sure you're not being bent over. There is a jiu-jitsu lady that does. She's like a manager for some of the athletes. So we do have management. I think there's only one manager that I can think of in jiu-jitsu, but she's becoming more popular. He stressed what he calls the golden rule in business. Don't trust the other party, especially when that party is a fight promoter. Some of the least trustworthy people in all of business. Jones also cautioned athletes to be wary of promotions that try to sell the value of their brand instead of offering real financial incentives. If any organization is trying to sell you the value of being attached to their name, they're trying to pay you less money because they're talking about the worth of the association with them. So this is same thing with IBJJF, same thing with ADCC. They do have, there is some value having your name, being attached to some of those tournaments. If you win IBJJF Worlds or you win ADCC World Championship, there is some notoriety, but things are changing. There's more people in the game. There's more organizations in the game. We just talked about wrestling. They got 2 new organizations, Claw, Champions League American Wrestling, and RAF, Real American Freestyle, that are kind of blowing up. And Jiu-Jitsu, we got PGF, AIGA, you got BJJ Stars, Who's Number One, ADCC, CJI, Zapatero. Some other tournaments I can't even think of off the top of my head. So it says, and while the fame in the sport might look good on social media, Jones reminds his audience that it doesn't always translate to financial security. I know plenty of people with names and faces on posters that have no money at all, and that's the worst position to be in life. To be famous, people think you have money, but you really have no money. So I think Craig Jones is speaking from experience. You win these tournaments, you go out here, blow your leg out. You made no money. People forget about you the next day. People forget about you win the tournament on Saturday. They forget about it on Monday. So that's a big reason, these athletes should be working on their marketing, working on their YouTube, their Instagram, their social media, their TikTok. develop your own brand that is not reliant on, these other organizations that can do whatever they want. They can kick you out. They can ban you. They can, strip you of your titles. So yeah. Dun, dun, dun. Yeah, some schools do the stripe. That's kind of how the Gracie universities go. I'm not the biggest one on that. I'm about the skill. I need you to have the skill. So let's get back to JRod.
What's up, guys?
Let's see. Can we view it on Instagram? Let's get to this. You guys, you guys love your JRod, and then we probably got a couple videos. I might save some of the videos for later. Let's see what JRod. So look, guys, I've covered this. People saying I'm biased or defaming him. I've covered all the videos. I covered the video that where he was like kind of waiting for it to blow over at home. I covered this one where, yo, shout out to Fat Ninja, bro. I wish he was still competing, but he's an MMA fighter now. We had this story where he kind of just said, he's just publicly apologized, and now he's back over here. So, he is doing damage control. I don't know who's talking to him, who's helping him out. Let's see what he's got to say.
I just wanted to come on here and offer some clarity and just be transparent with everything that has been going on. So in regards to what was on my phone, there was screenshots of woman's public Instagram page as well as explicit material. I am aware that this is invasive, inappropriate, and just unhealthy behavior. And I am also aware that just because these posts were public, it does not make my actions okay, and I take full accountability for everything that I've done. Now, in regards to the rumors that I'm hearing using AI to generate explicit material, secretly taking photos or videos of people, more people being involved than there actually is. These rumors are false, and it only drags more people into something that they are not a part of. I'm not saying this to defend myself, but I am saying this to stop the spread of unnecessary harm. Lastly, I just want to once again reiterate, stop reaching out to people looking for answers in regards to who it was, etc. Women in the community. Please give the people affected by my actions the privacy and space that they deserve. What's up, guys? I just wanted to come on here and offer some.
So let's read some of the comments, and I'll replay it again to let it kind of set in. So JRod, well, we're not gonna get into her actions. We're talking about JRod. We're talking about JRod's actions. We're not talking about the girlfriend. I don't know their relationship. I don't know if she had access to his phone. I don't know what. He shouldn't have been doing it, bro. I ain't defending JRod. If you want to defend JRod, you do that on your channel. I ain't defending him. So let's read what he's got to say. He says, screenshots of women's public Instagram posts alongside explicit content. So was the explicit content, he's saying was public. Where did the explicit content come from? He said explicit content, not the same people. So screenshots of women's public Instagram posts alongside explicit content, not the same people, is true. Other rumors are false. So he's saying there was no AI generated images, but he had public images and explicit content of maybe one or more ladies. I wasn't quite sure. Maybe it was one lady. Let's read some of the comments. Yeah, I'm reading. I'm not always what's more creepy, him or he's obviously the creep. I'm not defending JRod. He's the creep. I don't know the girlfriend. We know JRod though. Let's see. To be honest, there are literal I can't say that word, and groomers who still get welcomed with open arms somehow. I mean, they shouldn't be. Things are changing, man. You're not going to get away with this stuff as like they used to back in the day. So put them on blast. Now's your chance. Exactly. Make them feel like wherever they go, they're being watched, as everyone knows, which is what's happening to JRod. You know, the technology is changing things, guys. You know, people used to get away with stuff, and now I don't think they're going to get away with it anymore. You know, they might have to dip back to Brazil or back to a different country or something, but yeah. And again, this could have that's if that's where it stopped at, you know, this could have definitely gotten more out of hand. You know, seemed like JRod was battling something, and this is if nothing else, this was a wake up call. You know, right now it's not illegal what he was doing that I know of, but it could have easily gotten worse. Could have made the situation at the gym worse. I just don't. I'm interested to see what B team does, because if they let him come back in. I mean, doesn't that signal to anyone else that, oh, I'll just get a slap on the wrist and I just come back to train and everything's the same? Maybe it will. I mean, I think this is an important moment, because some people are like, oh, you're blowing out of proportions. But I mean, this behavior continues to happen. So if you let JRod stay over, you know, other gyms, they got their version of JRod. They let him get a slap on the wrist, come back, and then nothing changes. I think if you let JRod back at B team, nothing changes. There's no consequences for this type of behavior. And then people see, oh, well, you know, if he gets away with it, yeah, maybe it's okay. You know, you guys. I know you guys on Reddit, bro. I don't trust those people on Reddit. They ain't got no common sense, man. It says, yeah, the leader of the gym just kisses the woman on the. Oh yeah, well, they shouldn't be doing that either. These coaches, we're calling these coaches out too, man. I mean, most of those coaches go to jail. they get put on the news. They don't get put on the Alec news. They get put on the news. They get the. Maybe. But I think people are gonna look at B team differently if that does happen. You know, you guys love B team, but you know, to me that's gonna be like a pretty big blemish on their reputation, their image. But that's my thoughts. You know, I'm different than you guys. You guys have a different backgrounds, different look on this stuff. You know. I'm as an athlete, well, this is terrible, but as a business owner, for me, it's terrible because he's a great athlete, and then you're losing him because of these actions. But if you bring him back, what does that say about your business? You might lose a lot of business by bringing him back. I don't think they lost business by kicking him out, did they? Did B team lose business kicking JRod out? I don't think so. But if they bring him back, I think they're going to lose business. They're going to lose their females. I think they're going to lose most of those ladies at the gym. Or at least they're going to alienate those ladies. And, you know, some of you guys are like, well, who cares what the girls think? But, again, we want our gyms to be inviting places. Yeah, you need the ladies. You need the kids. You need the white belts. You need the blue belts. You need everybody to make that gym work. And we talked about, I think maybe 1 or 2 videos. We don't know the financial situation of the gym. You know, we don't know, you know, how many people do they have on payroll? How much money per month are they paying in rent? How much do they have to pay for Nikki Ryan, Nikki Rod? They had JRod on there. He was on there. I'm assuming they're paying those guys, right? At least the guys that are teaching. You know, they got people. A large part of their revenue comes from people dropping in to train with people like JRod, Nikki Ryan, Nikki Rod, and whoever else is over there. You know, Ethan and those guys. So, you know, bringing him back, that might dip into the drop-in business. You know, okay, well, they bring JRod back. Okay, the 10 Planet girls, they're not cool with you guys no more. 10 Planet, we can't train with you guys. You guys can't train over here anymore, blah, blah, blah. So we don't know what happens behind the scenes. We don't know the financial situation or anything, man. And I'll tell you, you start alienating people, the vibe is off. It's like, oh, well, everybody kind of knows. It's like, it's going to be awkward. It's going to be weird. You know, you have JRod back there. I'm not saying it can't be done. But man, it's going to be, let's see Craig Jones fix that one. And it's kind of hard on Craig Jones because he's always calling everyone out, right? The other organizations, other businesses, anybody else does something, but then now it's in his backyard. Craig, what are you going to do, Craig? So I feel like even more, there's more eyeballs on Craig too. He's like, what are you going to do, Craig? Are you going to let, have JRod back? Yeah, but even Lloyd Irvin, he's not as big as he used to be, right? He's not. I got no issues with Lloyd Irvin. He's done stuff in the past. We're not even going to delve into that. We're talking about JRod, but he's not. Even for him, he's not as elevated in the community like he used to be before all that stuff happened. If you knew Lloyd Irvin when Keenan was there, JT Torres was there, all those guys were there, it was like super elevated in the sport, celebrated actually. But now you don't. He's still popular in his area, but he's nowhere near what he was before. Even when his athletes win, Big Breakfast or Muhammad Ali or what's my homeboy? Shane Jamil. Those guys win. They're not putting him up like they used to be, right? Like say Gordon Ryan, when he won, I'm gonna say IBJF or anything, or ADCC, they're gonna have Danaher on there, right? They're gonna have Danaher on there, or when you're that big of a figure, they always showing the coaches, the athletes, but I would say the Lloyd Irvin guys don't even get that much shine like they used to. Like Shane Jamil Hill he gets no attention. And Elijah Dorsey gets attention because he's good, but say he was on AOJ or something. Say he trained at AOJ or New Wave or I don't know, anywhere else. They would have the cameras on him constantly, right? The cameras will be on him even more so than now. And sometimes, I don't know. Let's read some more, guys. Yeah, I get riled up. Oh man, he's like, please don't. Okay, he's like, can we smooth this over? Can we settle? I don't know what was going on. We're just covering the story. I don't know how that's defamation. Someone let me know if that's defamation. I'm just covering. He's admitted to most of this stuff. The misbehavior. Yeah. Well, he said he didn't do the AI stuff, so that's to me that would be really good if he's not doing AI explicit content of these ladies or these girls. But man, I mean, imagine he wasn't famous. Would that be okay? Would you guys be defending him if he wasn't famous and you guys liked him as a grappler? I feel like most of you guys like him as a grappler, so you're defending him. I mean, you guys wouldn't defend me, bro. Sure enough, that was me, bro. Kill him. You'd be ready to lynch me, bro. Had the forks out, the flame out there. Get him. I never trusted him. Yeah, that was me, bro. I wouldn't. Nobody would be defending me. Yeah, but that's okay to have. Yeah. I'm just saying, I know you guys wouldn't be defending me. Nightmare World, you'd be like, well, I never trusted that dude. I never trusted that dude, Alec, bro. You guys, there would be nobody defending me online. JRod, he got people he never met. They like, he was sorry. He didn't mean to do it. What's the big deal? If it was me, bro, I knew I never trusted that mother. I don't trust that man. Man, I know you guys would be coming after me, bro. Them comments, bro. Them comments. You guys had me kicked off social media quick. I'd be in jail. They're like, "Oh, what happened, Alec? I didn't do anything. I took a screenshot. They got me." Yo, you guys had me arrested in jail over a screenshot. I'm not saying that's all he did. I don't know exactly what he's doing. He's been. Thank you, bro. Yeah, I don't know exactly what he's doing. I mean, he's got his big bro. You know, big bro got the money and, you know, the pool. So maybe they'll let him back at B team, or maybe they'll do their own thing. I don't know. Maybe they need to go back to New Jersey. They need to go back to New Jersey, guys. Go back to New Jersey. Yo, go back to Puerto Rico. Go back to Puerto Rico. They can get away with that in Puerto Rico, baby. Oh, no. Where else? Could they go to Mexico, guys? Where could they go, bro? Where could they escape to, guys? Mexico? Or Spain? Yeah, you know, I don't know where they could go. Let's see. There's nothing wrong with other people finding something to give the hope grow up. What does that mean? Wait, oh, we scrolled down too far. Yeah, bro, way to take accountability and be transparent. Everything is gonna be just fine. Keep God in your life, and you'll be back better than ever. Even if all he did was the screenshots and stuff, man, I think he well, John Jones, he can't give no advice. John Jones get away with everything. John Jones be hitting pregnant ladies. Is that defamation, guys, if I say? John Jones will run somebody over. He gets a slap on the wrist. He's doing drugs left and right. Slapping his wife. Oh, that might be defamation. Sorry. He gets slap. Not according to Reddit. Listen, I'm all for creeps getting kicked out of their gyms. Kick the creeps out, bro. Kick the creeps out. I mean, he already did stuff to get kicked out. Bro, how many comments over here, bro? Jesus. I'm trying to get the comments, guys. There's too many comments. Yeah, I'm all for getting the creepers out of the... Keep the creepers out of jiu-jitsu, bro. Keep the creeps out. That's my platform. Keep the creeps out. Said dude ran off. He probably gonna find Jesus. I don't know who or what you're talking about. Deleted his own comment. Okay. I mean, bro, what do you expect from Hillbilly Hammer, bro? I ain't defending him either. He admitted to it. I mean, his was emotional abuse. Which kind of brings into question, you didn't hear anything about from his coaches. Where was his coaches at? How come they let this kind of slide through? They didn't. Nobody was. Well, that's what I'm saying. You get everybody. You know, all these gyms around the world. They got their JRod person. You know, Daisy Fresh. Their JRod person was Jacob Couch. Apparently, people named Jacob. Jacob Couch. So that's what happens. It gets, you know, we're going to forget about it. We're going to keep you in the gym. You know, he's going to say something on social media. Nothing changes. So that's what I'm saying. If you keep JRod at the gym, nothing changes. That shows, look at you. You're using that as an example that it's okay. It's okay to be emotionally abusive to your girlfriend. And, you know, you still got a place here, son. You still got a place here, Jacob. That's what. Is that okay? I'm not saying they're right. We should have jumped on those guys. I covered the story. I will say I focus more on Jacob Couch. Which Jacob am I talking about? I focus on Jacob Couch. I didn't think that. I wasn't even thinking about his gym. Maybe his gym should have done more. Maybe they did something in private. I believe because most of his stuff was not in the public. It was in a private situation. It was a little bit different. But man, I don't know how Daisy Fresh was handling it. Who's over there? Who's over there? I can't remember the guy, the coach over there. Yeah, how's he handling it? So, I mean, but yeah, I assure you, there's he's keeping an eye. Whoever's in charge over there has to keep an eye on Jacob and make sure it doesn't happen again. And I mean, Jacob also admitted to what he did, right? Potentially, he should have probably maybe something should have happened to him. You know, imagine if he was in the NFL or something, NBA. I mean, I don't know. We don't know exactly what happened to Jacob Couch. I'm sure some sponsors maybe lost some sponsorship or something. I don't know, man. Aren't they in Illinois? Man, listen, I don't want to get into that because people were saying I was victim shaming. You know, my advice is don't date in the gym. Instructors, don't date your students. Try to encourage students not to date each other, not to have any inappropriate behaviors, misconduct, anything like that. You guys, we got to take our safe sport training. That's really important. I tried to do it on here one day, but man, it was a lot. But we all need to sit down and do that safe sport training, learn how to spot abuse, spot misconduct, any type of behavior that's inappropriate. We all need to like become educated on that. I ain't defending none of these dudes, bro. Don't come on here, nighttime world. I ain't defending none of those guys. I mean, they wouldn't defend me. I ain't gonna defend them. Where were we, bro? He says he cooked you. Where are we at, bro? That's too many comments. See, this is me. I'm trying to like do some work. You guys over here just making all these spam comments. Not you guys, but these guys up here. I mean, it's terrible. It's terrible, bro. And you know, speaking as a man that's tried to get more female participation in the sport, it's hard because you get a JRod guy like that scares a lot of girls. That makes them not want to train. You know, it's already scary for people to train, and then ladies, you know, most gyms there's more men than women, so they gotta train with the sweaty bald dudes, creepy sweaty bald dudes, or you know whoever else creepy dudes, and it's just like, bro, it makes it harder. And then there's kids. I don't think B Team has a kids program, but most gyms have a kids program, and then you got creepy dudes at the gym. It just doesn't work out, man. Why would someone this well known in the community be completely shunned and banned for something as small as screenshot? Oh, whoa, Jesus. I think we already had ours. A couple of them. We got a couple of them. They probably fled the country, or they retired. Why TF would someone this well known in Couch? I believe it was emotional abuse or something. We covered that story. I can't remember exactly what he was doing, but it was definitely not. Was it appropriate behavior? I believe it was more of in a private situation. I'm gonna leave that up to you because we're talking about this Jacob. I can only talk about one Jacob at a time, guys. Can't wait to find out what really happened. Seemed pretty cancel culture. Well, people say the same thing. Every time anything happens in jiu-jitsu, they call it cancel culture. Even when it's like, well, it could be abuse, emotional, physical abuse. They're like, cancel culture. But I for one, I like seeing people being held accountable because, you know, back in the day, so many people got away with stuff, bro. So much stuff that you're like, bro, how is this happening? How is this? And people were, you know, nothing happened to them. You know, so many people were like, you know, they didn't get kicked out of their team. The team would move them to a different country. Yeah, that's a different. Yeah, that Couch. We're talking about Jacob Rodriguez, bro. You see this? That ain't Jacob Couch right there on the camera, bro. Says you don't get completely banned like that without doing some serious stuff that would backfire on B Team. I mean, it's already backfiring. Whether it is, it's serious. Whatever it is, it's serious enough that Craig publicly, kicked him out for damage control. You don't do that unless there's real risk of being legally attacked. And also, I mean, Craig already did all this stuff. You guys go for Craig. You guys attacking me. Go attack Craig Jones for kicking out JRod. Craig Jones kicked JRod out. I didn't kick JRod out. I mean, if I was in charge, hopefully I would have been like, hey, bro, I would have talked to him like a year ago, hey Jay, bro, you've been a little creepy over here, bro. You got to control yourself, bro. What are you doing, bro? What are you doing with your life, bro? But Craig Jones is the one that kicked him out of B Team, along with the other guy, Seth or something. I didn't kick him out, so I'm assuming they had enough proof to do that. If not, why make it public? They should have just done like Daisy Fresh did. Did Daisy Fresh say anything about Jacob Couch? I don't know. I don't think so. But B Team was the one that enacted everything, right? Which we're promoting them. We were actually pretty happy. B Team's actually did stuff. Actually, put stuff into action. I don't know about Daisy Fresh. I mean, I'm already getting enough attack from this stuff. He says, I disagree. You sneeze the wrong way and the culture will come for you if it so deems. I mean, that's some of you guys. That's how some of you guys think. Been going on this way for thousands of years. People in BJJ MMA community have done far worse than get a screenshot of a public Insta profile. I mean, genuinely think about it. How did people find out he screenshotted it? It makes sense. Makes no sense. It's a cover up. I mean, what was he? I don't want to know what he was doing with those screenshots, guys. I don't want to know.
JRod said it himself that he had stuff going on with some girls, making it seem he was blinking them. Rod looks like a perv, bro.
I mean, I can't say anything because that's defamation, but I mean, you can say that. It's not defamation if the chat says that, guys. I didn't say that. I mean, we don't know exactly everything. And of course, I don't know. I can't put words into his mouth. I'm not putting nothing in his mouth. Said, I don't know about you, but I wouldn't want someone doing that to my loved ones. Yeah, would you want someone taking screenshots and being creepy around your daughter or sister or wife, girlfriend? I don't know, man. I don't know. I mean, no for me, for sure. 100% no. Says, if a girl did that to me, I'd be flattered. His girlfriend found the pics on his phone and notified the women whose pics he saved. These women went to Seth and Craig and said they felt uncomfortable. All right, guys, isn't that enough? If the girls feel uncomfortable that you have screenshots of them? Nah, doesn't sound like one girl. Even if it's one girl, hey, I don't feel comfortable. This guy is creepy. I mean, what proof do you need? What proof do you guys need for someone being creepy? I mean, that gets into a pretty big debate. You guys like he was wrongly kicked out of B Team. They attack. Yep, there we go. I like that logic. I've heard unconfirmed rumors, but long story short. Obviously, someone saw them on his phone. No idea how that's relevant, though. Yeah, but like 70% of commenters on this post don't care about that. Remember, it's Austin. Cancel culture. Someone said that already. Kind of the same comments over. Well, I'm reading the same comments over and over. Someone said, hey, it's not that bad. You good, bro. We forgive you. Look at this dude, bro. That dude, Big Nut 00 says the dudester says he forgives you, bro. He's got 0 posts, 0 followers, and following 7,500 people. Sounds legit, bro. It's okay. You're good, bro. You're acquitted, bro. Big Nut 00 said you good, bro. Someone said, it didn't happen to you, so it's not for you to forgive. Well said. Your profile is like 1,700. No, I can't say that. It didn't happen to you either. Why are you so angry and unforgiving? It's okay. 2 to 3 years in Dagestan and forget. Yeah. Bro is getting exiled for a screenshot. Sounds Austin to me.
Andrew Wilkes was calling Yakoba a rapist. Ben was briefly talking about all the dodgy stuff that goes down there, so who knows?
Oh, that's true. I mean, the thing with Andrew, I like Andrew. He's had his own issues. We don't know, bro. I might be following that story later on. I mean, the Jacob Couch stuff happened a couple months ago, right? I believe last month or 2 months ago. So there might be more stuff where they say where there's smoke, there's fire. We'll see. I'll be covering it. You guys call me the drama king, jiu-jitsu drama king, but man, this stuff just keeps happening. Go to New Wave. Natalie will never complain about your behavior. Dang, son. I mean, there's so much drama everywhere. You could throw a rock at any jiu-jitsu school and find the drama. Everyone makes bad decisions, no excuses, but just a way of life. I think it's how he responded to the aftermath, which is important. I know you're getting a lot of hate right now, which in one way is understandable, but at the same time, from what I can see, an opportunity for some people to project their own shadows onto you, especially other men. I want to let you know, as a woman, I am proud of you for taking accountability and making a change. Knowing what you are struggling with as far as addiction, it takes a lot of strength not to only recognize your faults, but taking the initiative and deciding to make a change. It can be hard as a man to admit your flaws and ask for help and forgiveness. I hope anyone and everyone affected by this situation can heal. AI images and secretly photographing people is wrong. However, public Instagram posts getting banned and publicly shamed over that is harsh. I want to hear more perspective before I can definitely side with anyone. Who cares about your perspective, bro? Who cares about my perspective? That's true. Well, I'm not saying I'm neutral. Actually, I am trying to be neutral. I'm trying to read everything. I'm trying to educate you guys. I'm educating myself and educating you guys. Had to happen though. How safe would you feel as a woman going to that gym knowing that some dude was gooning off to realistic images and videos of you multiple times and has been hiding them on his phone from his girlfriend and best friends? Well, Jesus. Would you guys kick that person out doing that to your wife or your daughter or girlfriend? I mean, some of you guys will shoot somebody for that. At least here in Georgia. Says not about public posts, it's about having lookalikes of them. Oh, did he admit to having lookalikes, guys? I mean, bro, he in that gray area. he in that gray area. Just to be safe, let's kick him out. Boop, give him the boot. Put the boots to him. I haven't been able to find it. Just a screenshot of her Instagram story stating she wasn't ready to talk about it. Could share the. I mean, bro, look at how you guys attacking me. Why would that girl want to expose herself? You guys already here attacking me for reading the news, the jiu-jitsu news. Why would someone want to come out and have all these bots attacking him? That's a legit concern, but at the same time, multiple women at B Team have publicly accessible OF and promote it through their IG. Well, that gets into a different area, you know. I don't know, man. This is the new age, so we're all learning together. We're learning what's acceptable, what's not acceptable. What was okay 2 years ago is not acceptable now. You know, we didn't even have AI like 2 or 3 years ago. This wasn't even possible 2 or 3 years ago. That's what it sounded like. I mean, I'm hoping that, you know, oh no. I don't know what I'm hoping for. I'm hoping that it's not worse. He stated that the AI deepfakes was not an accurate rumor. Yes, I know. He didn't have deepfakes. He had real images of real actresses that looked like the women in his gym. So he's got the images of the ladies that looked like the girls at his gym, and he's got the pictures of the girls at the gym. And, you know, let's just be safe. Let's kick him out. I'm sorry, bro. We gotta kick you out. We gotta kick you out the gym, bro. JRod, you're a great athlete, bro. But bro, whatever you're doing, bro, you gotta take it out of here, bro. I can't defend JRod, bro. I'm sorry. I didn't defend Jacob Couch. I didn't defend JRod. Let's see. Had to happen though. We're reading some of this stuff. It's just kind of the same comment. Low key figured Jay wasn't smart enough to use AI. I'm dying, bro. I was thinking these kids are super smart when I heard that. Let him who was out without sin cast the first stone. So yeah, it seemed like a lot of comments were just kind of repeating, but I don't know. Did they say something on Reddit? When did this come out, guys?
What's up, guys?
Let's listen one more
I just
time.
wanted to come on here and offer some clarity and just be transparent with everything that has been going on. So in regards to what was on my phone, there was screenshots of woman's public Instagram page as well as explicit material. I am aware that this is invasive, inappropriate, and just unhealthy behavior. And I am also aware that just because these posts were public, it does not make my actions okay, and I take full accountability for everything that I've done. Now, in regards to the rumors that I'm hearing using AI to generate explicit material, secretly taking photos or videos of people, more people being involved than there actually is. These rumors are false, and it only drags more people into something that they are not a part of. I'm not saying this to defend myself, but I am saying this to stop the spread of unnecessary harm. Lastly, I just want to once again reiterate, stop reaching out to people looking for answers in regards to who it was, etc. Women in the community. Please give the people affected by my actions the privacy and space that they deserve. What's up, guys? I just wanted to come on here.
Man, he needed a PR person, bro. He for sure needed a PR person. So we had some more comments. I just realized I could load some more. It says, honestly, if that's all it is, then I fully stand with Jay. I was not okay if he was secretly taking pics or even the AI rumor, which people were trying to defend. Like, nah, if it's that, that's weird. But if it's just screenshot of public pics, I mean, it's not okay. But as Jay, yeah, that's not the only thing they're stroking. That's not the only thing they're stroking. That's not the only thing they're stroking. You guys come for the comedy, right? I mean, it's not okay, but as Jay has stated, it's unhealthy addiction that he's getting help for. I wish you the best in this journey back to the light. Yeah, I don't know if he should be back at B team. He's kind of burned that bridge a little bit, right? I mean, I don't know, man. I don't know. I mean, sometimes you do deserve a second chance, but sometimes you gotta just accept the consequences of your actions, and almost to prevent anything worse from happening. I mean, I'm glad this isn't worse. I mean, this is a bad situation, but it could have been worse, possibly been worse. What does that mean? Like, he found porn actresses that looked like women he trains with. Bro did nothing, crying emoji. So maybe I'm not hearing this right, but some women felt uncomfortable because someone screenshotted their public social media pictures. Am I missing something? No, it's complete and utter BS. He did nothing wrong. He did nothing wrong. It was creepy though, and it's a gray area. I think to be safe, you're in this weird gray area. It's like, bro, I mean, man, that's a hard one. I mean, he's a good athlete, but then he's doing these creepy stuff, which is not good for the gym. It's not good for the gym's image. It's possibly going to lose business because the ladies don't feel comfortable. You're going to lose your whole females team. Might potentially affect people dropping in at your academy. I mean, it's a different age too, man. This would have been a year or two ago. We would have forgot about this a couple months ago. You guys got warmed up with the Jacob Couch situation. That warmed you guys up. So then, like, the Jacob Rodriguez thing happens. Now you guys jumped on him. So say it was reversed. Say the JRod thing had happened a couple months ago. All right, man, we'll let him back in. And then the Jacob Couch thing happened now. They would have jumped on Jacob Couch. Yo, the Jacob's taking an L this year, bro. Hopefully the Alex are up. I'm hoping the Alex are up this year, 2025. going into 2026. My Gooner ain't even do anything. Free JRods. Free J's Rod. Thank you guys for being serious. You know, it's very bro, people said, dang dude, that's rough. Sorry that happened. Good on you for taking accountability for poor decisions. We all make them. So public photos, man, people blew this way out of proportion.
What you're doing is creeping people love self. Can you please stop? First warning, some might say. That's all it is. Who knows?
What you're doing is creeping people. Yeah. So you please stop first warning. How many warnings did he get? Maybe he had more than one warning. Do you think he had more than one warning? I don't know. Well, this didn't happen overnight, guys. You guys assuming this happened 2 weeks ago. Happened last week. He had been like off the B team channel and stuff for a while. Some people don't learn, man. Some people don't learn. Some people do the same crime again. I'm not saying he committed a crime or anything. I'm just saying some people will do the same thing again. Says, man, people blew this way out of proportion. Just the homies. The girls I train with also don't have OnlyFans and and have photos of themselves on social media. Well, that doesn't mean you shouldn't be screenshotting and.
He was not doing anything good with those pics.
He do look a little tired. Is that defamation? I just say he looks tired. How he got tired, I don't know. Do you want some dude gooning around your wife and kids? Yo, bro, you gotta go, man. You gotta go, bro. You gotta go, bro. You gotta get out of here, bro. What are you doing with yourself, bro? Get out of here, bro. I hope he wasn't doing it at the B team. He was gooning at B team, bro. Oh no, get out of here, bro. What are you doing in that bathroom? Get out of there. Yeah, even I don't care if it's a girl's public account. Why you got screenshots, plural for screenshots of these ladies? Yeah, man. You know you weren't up to no good, bro. In my opinion, I think Craig gets away with a lot more than most people because he has charming down. Well, he's making jokes, but he's not actually, you know, harassing anybody without consent, or, you know, he's not doing whatever he's doing is not as bad as what JRod's being accused of. Craig is smart. He's harassing himself. Craig harasses himself. He's not harassing others usually. Dude got kicked out of B team for screenshotting. Not just we don't know what he was doing with those screenshots, but well, would you feel comfortable with someone screenshotting pictures of your wife or your sister or your daughter? Well, it's not illegal. The screenshot's not illegal. Well, we're assuming everybody's of age. But the fact that he had those pictures and it got leaked. I mean, some of you guys would be defending people with like underage pictures, probably. I mean, that ain't me. I ain't saying nobody here had the pictures. But I'm saying I feel like people make these arguments. You can make all these hypothetical arguments, but I just like I don't see how you can defend everybody. I don't know where I'm going with that. Hopefully I didn't defame myself or defame anybody saying that. Let's see. I wonder who got access to his phone. He said screenshot public Insta and alongside explicit photos. I don't think those were public photos, or maybe they were. I have no idea. Why were you doing this kind of stuff? I'm hoping you guys don't do this stuff. So the question is, where did the explicit photos come from? I presume the Insta. Well, that's when you kick the person out. All right, it's too bad. You gotta kick you out, bro. Well, that's up to Craig Jones. When Craig Jones is the line, he's the barometer. I mean, you definitely step past the line when Craig Jones is gotta kick you out, bro. I mean, bro, what were you doing that Craig Jones had to get you out of there? Yeah, the Jacobs are not taking a win this year so far. If they had, that false reap video not looking too good right now, huh? Oh no, the false reap. You guys remember the false reap video? That's not looking too good. So when people start to humorize a lot of this stuff, I use humor too, but I'm trying to mask the seriousness a little bit, so I don't get depressed listening to all this stuff. But when we humorize a lot of this stuff, it's not really good for the sport. It seems like it's good for the sport. That's funny. He's cool. But it really downplays when serious situations occur. He said screenshots, public Insta, and along with explicit photos. So the question is, where did the explicit photos come from? Well, the fact that he was still collecting those, or potentially collecting those, and the girls found out. It didn't have to be explicit photos. It would be creepy if you had photos of any woman at your gym that you're not married to. If that's not your wife at the gym or your daughter, you got, obviously you don't have pictures of your family. You're not related to none of those people. Why you got pictures of them? So yeah, I mean, dang. Guilty of being, I don't know what that means. That's apparently a crime nowadays. Do all men have lookalikes of women in their life saved in their phone? Nope. We've all gooned to Katie. I don't know who that is. There's nothing wrong with it. Sometimes, this guy, go ahead and arrest this guy too. So all the people that be posting on here got one post, 0 followers, and following 6 people. Yeah, he sounds reasonable, like a reasonable guy. What's the difference between taking a screenshot or just going to Instagram to look at it again? If women or men put stuff on social media and are not private, then they are literally giving away their rights to who sees their content and for how long. They agree to it by making their content public. So when you start saying that, is it public, or does Instagram own that picture? I'm wondering. Does Instagram have to get involved? Does Google have to get involved? I think once you start delving into that, it's gonna get murky. Because while it's on a, technically, these platforms aren't public, right? This is a private. This is a company's website. Instagram is a company's app. So I mean, I wonder. We think it's public, right? Okay, so you're saying it's public. I still don't know if you're going to their profile and taking a screenshot. I'm not certain. I'm not certain. He said it's public. It's a free for all. Okay, so might be public. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but if you say you posted something on Instagram, but it's illegal, like I'm sure there's some images you can't post on there. Actually, can we look that up? We might look that up. What can't we post on Instagram? Let's see. If women or men put stuff on social media and are not private, then they are literally giving away their rights to who sees their content. Oh, I gotta end the stream in a little bit, guys. We've been going for 2 hours. I've been talking about JRod for 2 hours. They're giving their rights to who sees their content and for how long. They agree to it by making their content public. Creepy, sure. Depends on your perspective and the context of the situation. But if this is wrong, then all fan pages should be banned, because these girls running fan pages for boy bands posting how I can't say that stuff. Listen, you're young, dude. Go find God, faith, a positive direction and outlet. And most importantly, you have your dad, your older brother, and even folks that for sure still love you. Where were these guys at to keep them from gooning all over the place? Possibly gooning to pictures he shouldn't have had. Potentially. We're gonna watch some videos, but let me see what can't be posted. We're just assuming Instagram. I don't know where it was off. Let's see what's illegal here, guys. Instagram's community guidelines prohibit content that is violent, sexually explicit, promotes harmful substances or activities, or violates intellectual property rights. Additionally, content that is spammy, hateful, or targets individuals with threats or harassment are not allowed. So you can't put any graphic violence, depictions of people fighting, or context that glorifies violence. You can't have nudity, any suggestive imagery, depictions of activity are prohibited. Illegal screenshots. Let's look. I think I'm gonna finish after this guy. Pause on that. Pause on me. We have time for one match? I do want to watch a Wardzinski match from BJJ Stars, but let's see. We got the AI. I don't know how accurate AI is, but we're gonna watch at least one match. You guys can't just have all drama. You gotta watch some jiu-jitsu too. Taking or sharing screenshots can be illegal depending on the context. Again, this is AI, guys. I don't know if it's true. Depending on the context or the nature of the content, specifically screenshots of private conversations, especially those shared without consent, can violate privacy rights or wiretapping laws. Additionally, using screenshots to infringe copyright, such as sharing unauthorized copies of copyrighted material, is also illegal. So if say the content is behind a payment wall, and let's say for instance there's something on OnlyFans, can he screenshot OnlyFans stuff? Can someone screenshot something off OnlyFans and then have it? Is that violating privacy? Oh man, thank you, bro. It says sharing screenshots of private messages, especially those shared without the consent of all parties involved, can be considered a violation of privacy. The legality of sharing screenshots of private conversations can depend on the specific laws of your jurisdiction. I don't know what laws are in Texas. In some cases, even if a conversation was meant to be private, sharing a screenshot could still be considered a breach of privacy. So is he breaching private? Well, I guess it's different if it's a private conversation. Copyright infringement. Taking or sharing screenshots of copyrighted materials without permission can constitute copyright infringement. So if say someone's screenshotting OnlyFans content, would that be copyright infringement? I don't know. Screenshots can be admissible in court as evidence if they are relevant and authenticated. To be accepted as evidence, a screenshot must be proven to be authentic and not manipulated. The court may consider the context of screenshots and reliability. Some platforms like Instagram, let's see, illegal AI creation. So I'm hoping nobody was doing no AI stuff, because that might be serious, bro. So deepfakes, voice cloning, and AI generated images. The misuse of AI generated images and sounds, particularly deepfakes, voice cloning, has several legal concerns, including defamation and damage to reputation. Deepfakes and manipulated images can cause significant reputational harm, particularly when used to create misleading or false content about individuals. So could JRod be defaming the ladies that he was dealing with? I don't know. Says any significant reputational harm, particularly when used to create misleading or false content about an individual, false videos or images depicting someone engaging in illegal, immoral, or unethical behavior, can spread rapidly online, leading to defamation claims. So if anything, the girls might have a defamation on JRod, potentially, possibly. Privacy violations. Using someone's likeness without their consent, especially in a way that is misleading or damaging, can result in privacy violations. This is particularly relevant in cases of non-consensual explicit images or videos that invade an individual's private life. That sounds relevant. Intellectual property, fraud, and identity theft. So yeah, we're getting into some property. We need a lawyer on here. We need a lawyer on here. Oh, here we go. I just look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Cyber harassment laws and AI generated images. Some of this stuff is pretty relevant, guys. The rise of AI technology has brought new challenges in the realm of cyber harassment, particularly with the use of AI generated images. Cyber harassment, I'm hoping he didn't do this. You know, I'm hoping. Is that defamation by saying I hope he didn't do something? Cyber harassment laws are evolving to address the misuse of AI tools that can create realistic but fake images of individuals without their consent. Could they argue that if he had images that maybe he was trying to I don't know. Let me read. Such images, often referred to as deepfakes, can be used maliciously to defame, impersonate, or otherwise harm a person's reputation and privacy. Current laws around cyber harassment and digital impersonation are being tested as those technologies become more sophisticated. Some jurisdictions are enacting specific legislation to criminalize the non-consensual got choked up there. Let's see. Current laws around cyber harassment and digital impersonation are being tested as these technologies become more sophisticated. Some jurisdictions are enacting specific legislation to criminalize the non-consensual creation and distribution of a. Well, some people are ready to forgive him. Like one lady was ready to forgive him with open arms. I don't think she trains a B team. She's just some random lady, I bet. Some jurisdictions are enacting specific legislation to criminalize the non-consensual creation and distribution of AI-generated images, especially those that are explicit or defamatory. The implications of these laws are far-reaching in emphasizing the need for victims to understand their legal rights and for legal professionals to stay informed on how AI is transforming the landscape of cyber harassment. So that cyber harassment's real, man. Oh man, this might be bigger than we think. And maybe this might blow over. Maybe, JRod gets forgiven and he's back at B team next week. I'm wrong. I'm a fool. I'm wrong. But this stuff in the future is not going to be the same, man. You're not going to be able to do this kind of stuff and get away with it and think it's all good, bro. Nighttime says, the part I don't understand is if he didn't do the AI stuff, where does that even come from? Yeah, I'm not sure. Maybe, maybe it just came out of nowhere. Maybe he was like, maybe he was like, this might get me in real trouble. This might get me in real trouble. Let me delete that stuff. We don't know. We don't know what's going on, bro. We're just trying to learn as things are happening. Sometimes the news is wrong. Sometimes the news is biased. Sometimes the news is, got some other things they're working towards. I'm trying to be neutral. And I'm reading. That's why I've spent 2 hours talking about this. If I was just like, oh, JRod's bad, okay, end of story. I could do. Some people do that, but I'm actually reading the comments. I'm looking at the stories. I'm reading about the law, about fraud and cyber harassment, and all this other stuff. So I'm trying to inform myself and inform you guys. Someone says once you've been labeled a pervert, it doesn't go away. Yeah, especially nowadays, you can't just change towns or do whatever. The internet's remembering. Even if something happened 20 years ago, somebody still, I remember when so and so did that. Oh dang. So yeah, we're fighting for, having good environments, positive, non-toxic environments where everyone can train and no one feels alienated or harassed or, wronged or anything. So, dang, bro. So yeah, let's watch one match, and then I think that'll be it. I wanted to watch the Elijah Dorsey match, but I think, I'm a little tired. 2 hours, guys. Somebody said, I had the comments. You're like, oh, you were. They said I was, what's the term? Let me see. Clickbaiting people. I mean, they obviously didn't sit through the whole videos. They said I was clickbaiting. What else did they say? What else did they say? They said I was defaming him. Everything. It says I need to get my facts straight. They said I might be, you might get sued. I'm like, bro, what are you talking about? I mean, you can say this stuff was alleged, but he's over here apologizing for his misbehavior. No, that's fine, but I meet the hate. Sometimes you gotta let the hate flow past you. You can't engage it, but sometimes you gotta engage it. Oh, they got a new Tynan. We'll watch some more jiu-jitsu tomorrow, God willing. You guys see right here, Tynan's got a little video. Henzo got a video. This is about 18 minutes, so we're gonna go for the shorter 7-minute match. That'll be it for today. All right, guys. So don't just say I come on here to start drama. I mean, obviously, I ain't do no drama. I'm over here trying to compete and watch technique videos. Joseph Chin got another video too. Maybe we can watch some of that stuff later. But let's see how the match went for this guy. Jesus, Eric Muniz too good, guys. I like Brzezinski, but Eric Muniz on a different level. Watch the start. So outside passing from the start. Brzezinski's got a really good wrestle up from here where he trips the far leg, but from the sit-up guard. But Eric Muniz is huge, so I don't think he can get it. He just broke. Wait. Did you see him break the grip? Guys, Brzezinski's strong, but he broke the grip. You see, he's got this sleeve grip. He just broke that, so I mean, I can't do that. You see the grip on his sleeve? He just breaks it. Nice. Oh, what's the lapel grip? Let me rewind it one more time. Did he have lapel grip? Oh, he did have. No, he broke the lapel grip. How did he do that? Guys, I can't do that. Oh, he kicked his leg out. Okay, so outside pass. Brzezinski has really good turtle defense. Muniz keeping the pressure on him. Sprawling out. So that grip is really hard to deal with. Ah, shoot, he faked him out. Dang, let's watch that one more time. So Brzezinski tried to, he sat up a little bit to break this grip, and he went to sit back, but he couldn't break the grip and got passed. Tries to turtle again, but Muniz, he's so good, man. He's already jumping on the Kimura trap. Brzezinski's defense is really good, though, guys.
Olha, eu vou ter que botar minha língua. Eu falei que eu não via o Eric passar a guarda do Adam e ele praticamente passou.
Muniz moved like a featherweight.
Tá no braço ali, triângulo, já tem tudo ali encaixado. O Eric fez excelente início de luta, excelente.
Thank you, Jason. Yeah, we can watch that.
Não capitalizou.
So we got a homeboy got out of there somehow.
Ali, triângulo, já tem tudo ali encaixado. O Eric fez excelente início de luta, excelente.
The thing with Eric, sometimes he gives up positions. Like he's so good, he's not even really trying.
Ele mandou muito bem, porque ele caiu por baixo agora, que é onde ele
I think this is when it goes downhill.
Duas vantagens na frente.
So I think we're gonna watch for when Brzezinski tries to stand up, possibly.
Fantástico, cara. Fez a double pull.
So when these tall guys have,
subiu. Foi o que eu falei, eu achei que o Adam fosse.
So these tall guys, when they have a good guard, oh yeah, for sure. When these tall guys have a good guard, it's hard. I mean, look at that, man. It's just like he put the spider hook in. I mean, his leg is as tall as me, so he puts a spider hook in. It's hard to clear.
Eu acho que ele vai querer dobrar a gente, Vitor.
And just to get past his legs, like, bro, that's a lot of work. And he's got a good guard. Look at, like, just to cover that distance, to get the chest to chest is going to be hard. To clear the lasso is going to be hard. He over here doing some old school spider guard stuff. I mean, you take whatever fighter you like. You like Tynan. You put him against Eric Muniz. I assure you, Muniz gonna school him. You pick Pato. Muniz gonna school him. Whatever fighter you got outside of Nicholas Margali, he's probably gonna school.
passado, ou retrasado, segundo, não me lembro agora, acho que foi passado.
Brzezinski's trying to get in, but you know the problem with pressure passing is when the guy is huge and really good guard, it's tough.
Ele evoluiu bastante de lá pra cá.
Ele tá com a força de master,
Like,
agora, que ele já passou dos 30.
Look at his guard, bro.
Master, o negócio complica, viu?
Most people can't play guard, open guard on Brzezinski like this. Usually he's already past your guard.
Onde ele põe a mão, ele segura até a hora que ele quiser.
É isso aí.
O Adam já tentou arrancar aquele braço umas 3 vezes. A raspagem que ele tomou do Eric,
Raspage, so sweep, he's working a little
passagem de
pell.
guarda, ele tentou quebrar a pegada na calça, não conseguiu.
Brzezinski's balance is pretty good, but now he's caught in the underhook de la Riva.
Aquele pé na lapela ali, a desgraça, aquilo ali, essa
With
pegada
the
na lapela
lapel. I mean, look how it's not fair that Muniz can move like this. Look at that. He's doing stuff that I do.
Até a hora que ele quiser.
A perna do cara é muito grande, né, Vitor?
É muito complicado.
Michael Lange,
aí ele sobe a hora que ele quiser.
Yeah, we used to all play like a lot of spider guard.
Que é o jogo forte do polonês.
O Eric
That's before Leandro Low came. Then Leandro Low came, and then like, oh, spider guard's not working no more.
Ó, ele já trocou a lapela pra manga.
Isso.
I mean, Brzezinski. Also, guys, Brzezinski's small compared to Muniz. Muniz is a lot bigger.
Aquele xadrezinho, né? Bem estratégico, conseguiu se desvencilhar.
Look at that. He just comes up so easily.
Sobe o Eric.
Aí, Vitor, que a gente achava
Brzezinski looking for his butterfly, but I don't think he's gonna. I don't think he had a chance to do anything, right?
Gostando de ver demais.
He's trying to pull half.
Capitaliza mais 2 pontinhos.
Maybe go back to the sit-up guard.
2 pontos, mais 2 vantagens a favor do Eric Muniz.
But look how big Eric Muniz is. Like, normally Brzezinski's like dominates here when he gets a sit-up guard.
A perna muito fácil. Vamos ver como é que vai ser agora.
É, aí teoricamente é o jogo do Adam, né? Ele
Yeah, Michael Lange.
se sente confortável nessa posição, mas tem que combinar com o Eric Muniz, né?
Oh,
Aí, ó, derrubadinha
he almost
dele
got the
lá,
sweep.
Marcelinho Garcia.
Let me see.
Olha como é que o Eric fez, ó.
let me see the sweep real fast. So I can't do that sweep. My legs don't go that far, but
É o jogo
Brzezinski
do
does
Adam,
the
né?
right
Se
leg
sente bem, se sente
trip
confortável nessa posição,
behind
mas
the ankle here.
tem que combinar com o Eric Muniz, né?
Opa, aí, ó.
I mean,
Dele, ó lá, Marcelinho
nice.
Garcia.
Tira
Yo,
bem o pé.
yo, that ain't fair, bro. He brought that leg out of the.
É, tá meio frustrado.
out the
o
pocket
Adam
there.
Brzezinski.
Ó, isso é uma coisa
Tire
que é
key.
complicado falar. Olha um cara que não frustra, bicho. Vou te falar, esse cara já tomou tanta peia no início de luta
E depois
virou
vira,
luta
é.
que nem um doido.
E depois vira.
Às vezes eu acho que ele tá frustrando também, mas eu lembro das coisas que ele já fez, eu falo, não há porcaria nenhuma. Ele tá.
É que aquele braço no início da luta, ali, acho que
Pelo
nem
amor
ele
de Deus.
imaginava.
Brzezinski working open guard. You know it's not going well.
O Eric
When
tá
Adam
muito
Brzezinski
bem.
working open guard, you know things ain't going well.
Vai fazer porque...
Ó, de novo,
Ó,
de
mesma
novo.
passagem.
Nova,
Mesma
another.
passagem.
Looking for a back take. Brzezinski's trying to
Ele
roll
vira muito com os
out.
apoios, né? Pra não tomar a passagem
Force
de
the
guarda.
turtle.
Aconteceu muito isso contra o Roberto
Avantage.
Gimenez, né? Quando eles lutaram de kimono.
So Eric Muniz is so good, he could just do this stuff. I mean,
E o Eric, bom estrategista, olha só. Ele ficou por baixo de novo, sem
Oh,
tomar
yeah.
o ponto. Ele
hey,
pega o viragem contra
oh.
apoio.
So we call that a balloon sweep? Yeah. Let's watch that one more
Que
time.
é isso?
This is kind of a traditional spider guard
Que bom
sweep. So
estrategista,
you
olha
control
só,
both
ele
sleeves.
ficou por
Well, I don't
baixo
say
de
spider
novo,
guard, but like
sem
here,
tomar o ponto.
open,
Ele espera o
kick
Adam
over,
virar.
yeah, grind them out. Kind of embarrassing. I mean, but Muniz is so good.
Gosto muito.
Most people wouldn't survive the whole round. They would have been beat by
Aqui tem
Muniz.
ponto cumulativo,
2
tá,
minutes in.
Romano?
Sinistro demais. Então faz a
Sinistro.
soma aí pra gente, Gabriel Baby.
Eles até erraram a soma. Era pra estar 9.
And you know, Muniz just chilling, bro.
Tava 2-0 pro
I don't
Eric
think he had a
Muniz.
tough match.
Mais 7.
He didn't have a tough match that whole
Mais dois
month.
da raspar.
Não, raspou e montou mais 6, tá certo. Eles tinham colocado 9.
Tinha 2, aí raspou mais 2, montou mais 4.
Let's see.
É verdade, tem razão.
I don't think Brzezinski was
Não
able to
tinha
get
sido
that sweep
passagem,
in.
não.
Tava
Vitor, aquela
2 a
hora
0.
era
Tava
raspagem.
2-0.
2 a 0.
Aí raspou mais 2,
Isso,
montou
isso,
mais
isso.
I
4.
mean, bro, if I was there, I'd be hitting the split.
Fiquei olhando pra 3
Look, he just
vantagens
backsteps
aí,
out.
Confundi a cabeça completa.
Olha como ele sai
This
da
is
guarda
crazy,
X.
bro. Muniz is too good, man.
Nossa senhora.
Acho
Bom,
que-
claramente o Eric Muniz estudou bem o jogo aí do Adam Brzezinski, porque ele tem resposta pra tudo, né?
Looking to get to the single leg X,
Cara,
but I
acho que-
mean,
Agora vai tentar
Muniz,
um
don't
leg
put him
aí.
here, guys. Muniz be
Tem
doing some
muito
crazy stuff here.
recurso, mas
He
o
be
que
flipping
a
and
gente
rolling.
sempre cobra dele é que ele solte o jogo.
All right, he just goes back, but he's up by 8 points.
E ele tá soltando o jogo
He
agora.
good.
Ele
Tá
tá,
solto, cara.
ele tá lutando do jeito que o povo gosta.
Exatamente.
Brzezinski, I like Brzezinski. Well, Brzezinski went on to win the
Agora aquele joguinho dele, né? Que a
Brasileiros.
gente comentava do joelhinho, ó.
É ali que ele gosta de estar.
É, ali.
Mas o,
He's just
mas
chilling,
é que o
bro.
Baby
He's waiting
falou,
time out.
As
He don't care.
pegadas do Eric só saem dali quando ele quiser.
E agora faltando aí pouco mais de 15 segundos.
You know,
Esses
Eric
dois
Eric got
pontinhos de
every
honra
gift,
e vai
man. He
ficar
got
isso
the
mesmo.
size and the skill and the youth. So you got everything you need to be successful.
Performance do Eric, hein? Tá de parabéns.
He's still
Demais.
I still don't think he can beat Nicholas Margali though.
Cara, olha.
Caralho,
isso que ele-
porra. All right, guys. So we'll be back on tomorrow. We'll go over Elijah Dorsey. We might watch Elijah Dorsey. We might watch Jansen. We might watch Tynan. Okay, so I think that tomorrow we'll do that. We covered a lot today, so I'm a dip, guys. I'm tired. I gotta get back on the grind. Got another tournament coming up, so no time to really cry or anything. As always, you guys want to reach out to me, please hit me up on Instagram. Okay, don't screenshot. Nah, I'm joking. If you got any stories, anything I'm missing, go ahead on Instagram, send it to me there. And as always, I use the drama to draw people in, but I'm always gonna make sure you guys watch the matches and get educated on what's going on in the sport. Thank you, bro. Salute. You guys know I play my inverted gear. Shout out to inverted gear, man. I was rocking that inverted gear. Actually, I lost one of my inverted gear rash guards. So if you were in Atlanta and you saw a black and white inverted gear rash guard, that's mine. All right, guys. Thank you, man. Thanks, everybody. We'll be back on tomorrow, okay? I'm going to play myself out. You guys want to support the channel? Inverted Gear, BJJ Mental Models. Go to sleep, bro. Go to sleep, bro. You in the future. You on Tuesday. All right, I'll see you guys, man. Take care. Hey, Drama King. That's me. I believe they do ship internationally, yes. I'm not sure if they ship to Japan, but I know they do international shipments. All right, guys, stay safe. Stay out of trouble. Don't pull a JRod. Don't do it. Allegedly.